What's going on, fellow Spider-Man fans? This is Solid Dave Snake, continuing my Marvel Legends March here on my YouTube channel, and also continuing the Spider-Man Marvel Legends Infinite Series Build-A-Figure Green Goblin Wave reviews with Superior Spider-Man. And this Superior Spider-Man is based off the comic book of the same title, which the story is a little different. It involves Doc Ock taking over Peter Parker's mind and becoming Spider-Man for a while, taking over his body. And it's pretty interesting, but the figure is a really good representation of the Spider-Man from the comic book. And I had him on that same NECA dog alien stand that I've been using in my previous Spider-Man reviews. Works really well for getting some of these figures in those flight poses or jumping poses. And it does not come with the figure, of course. He comes with the Build-A-Figure Green Goblin pieces and these two alternate gripping hands. One for his left and one for his right hand. So instead of coming with fists like the other Spider-Man in this series, we get those grabbing hands. So if you have some type of toy webbing you want them to be grabbing a hold of, make them simulate swinging, it's easy to do that. And his other hands, they're really big, his web shooters. They almost look abnormally big on him. And his entire chest area is a lot bigger than the previous Spider-Man in this wave. This Superior Spider-Man's a lot bulkier. And showing these two side by side, since this Spider-Man is so similar to the classic Spider-Man look, you can see how different this Superior Spider-Man costume is to that classic look. Really nice paint job on it. I like that darker blue running throughout. It's almost black. And just enough red to show it's Spider-Man. I like the differences in the actual head. Let me get a focus in here. Give you an up-close look at the difference in these head sculpts. The Superior Spider-Man almost has a little more rigid of a jawline on it. And of course those eyes are almost a really dark gray. I like the big spider on the chest as well. So overall, it's a great representation of Superior Spider-Man, but where this figure really shines is in the articulation. He is just like that other Spider-Man figure in a lot of spots. He has a ball joint and a hinge at the head, which will rotate all the way around. Look that far down, that far back, which is really far back. And he has those same pivot joints here at the upper shoulder, in that same ball hinge right here that will rotate all the way around, and it goes pretty far up. And of course he has bicep rotation, double jointed elbows, which will go all the way up and all the way straight, and that peg with a hinge here at the wrist that'll rotate and go all the way up and all the way back 90 degrees both ways. It's got an ab crunch, which will go really far back and really far forward. So that is probably the best ab crunch I've seen in any of these Marvel Legends. And he has a waist swivel that'll go all the way around. He will do that far of a split at the hips, but kick extremely far up. So that's a great range of movement for a Spider-Man action figure. Cut at the upper thigh. Double hinge knees, and then the hinge at the foot, right there at the ankle. Gets a great range of movement with the ankle pivot, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So Really nice Spider-Man action figure. If you're a fan of Superior Spider-Man, he really is a must pick up. So, alright guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I will be having, I believe, the Deadliest Foes up next. So, I'll catch you then.